Good afternoon, everyone. How are y'all?
Good.
Good. I just want to ask y'all a quick question. How does a 4-day work week sound to y'all?
Wonderful. Sounds great.
Sounds awesome. Okay, well, exciting, awesome, and great. It's the best thing since sliced bread for employers and employees across the nation. Some of the things that I want to talk to y'all about are why it is so important and why we need to strive for change. When change is made, what do we need to do? And how everyone can benefit from it all. In the 1920s, we actually, as employees, worked on average 96 hours, 6 days. So the unions went to the employers and asked for change. They wanted to at least get a 5-day work week, even if it was in more hours. The employers rejected it by saying that if they made the change, that we would go into a recession. This is noted in an article by Mr. Stephen Greenhouse from the New York Times, out of work part-time. As we know today, the 5-day work week worked out quite well. In fact, one of the first people to make the change was Mr. Henry Ford. In 1927, he implemented the 5-day work week. This was noted by Mrs. Rita Ford in an article. As I'm aware, I believe that Fords are still being made, so apparently the company did really well, even though they did make the change and one of the trendsetters of tomorrow. Mr. Michael Green noted in an article most recently, Unpaid Furloughs and 4-day work weeks, that in tough economic times, employers are always looking for changes. We're looking for different mechanisms and components that can replace certain employees, and the 5-day work week becoming a 4 would also give them a lot of operating and energy cost savings, and would offer a family-friendly environment for all. And in today's society, there's over 34% of companies that offer compressed work weeks. That's over 1/3 of the United States companies alone that already offer a program in place. That's up from 6% in 2008, when it was only 26%. So how do we make the change? Where do we go from here? Well, in 2011, a school board in Pittsfield, Pennsylvania, was noted as trying to find a way to cut energy costs, allow students to go to school full time, allow the employees to get benefits they deserve, and they were noted as saying, while everyone is looking for tighter budgets, one of the areas is the 4-day work week, which they have made the change and noted a lot of great results from it. This was noted in an article from Mr. Richard Gasnick, who writes for the Tribune there. And in other articles by Mrs. Shirley Lund and several others, it was said to say the same things. Family-friendly reforms by employers going to the 4-day work week offered less stress, better work schedules, better family-friendly environment, and then the employer standpoint, it was less cost savings. They were had friendlier employees, happier employees, so everyone was getting a win-win out of the situation. So most of you say, okay, well, so everyone benefits. Employers benefits, employees benefits, so why hasn't there been any changes? Well, a lot of political people have already made the change, along with the board of trustees that we talked about earlier making the change for the people in Pennsylvania. Politicians have made changes. Parliament itself made this change over 10 years ago, which most people don't realize. So if they've already implemented it in other countries, we're implementing it here. Why not push for the change to be more than just 34%, but look for it to be 50, 55, at least within the next 2 years? So one of the things that I want to talk to you guys today about is if all the politicians are on board, how can we push for the change? What do we need to do as employees? Well, some of the things we can do is we can contact our congressmen and women. We can write to them and let them know that if all companies have pushed towards this, it's the best cost-saving thing, it's something that's going to save the environment, it's something that's going to save everyone, it's better to just push and go forward. And soon, the 4-day work week will become something of the past, just as the 5-day work week became something of the past. The future. It will become something in the future. This is just did in the 1920s. We have an ultimate role to change the environment and society. We, the people, if we make the change, we make life and workforce better for all. We have to be the ones to change society today in hopes that our children will have a world to live in with less congestion, and that we will see and willing knowing the change have made. Therefore, we did to ensure that everything would go. So I've always said happy workers and make happy bosses. With that plan in most companies and governments already in place, we can go to people like Kelly Blake, who's the VP of our company, or people like PeopleWorks, who would know, what we need to do as a company to make the changes. What's going to make us more, what's going to show everyone outside that we should be the trendsetters, that we've decided to make these changes and move forward, and we should be what most companies follow suit as well. So I am asking that you all write everyone, that you talk to your resources that you have. If you know people in other companies, if they have people you can contact, someone that you can get to know better, that we can possibly connect our people with their people, that once we let everyone know the benefits and the cost savings behind it, that it's going to take off and that we can actually be the trendsetters of tomorrow. So I challenge you all today to push for this and to make all the changes.
Jennifer, thank you for bringing us this information.
Thank you.